Hey kid. Now, since me being a Force ghost and all that, makes me able to traverse time and space, which is lucky for you. You don't know me yet, but no worries. We'll meet very soon. Now, you won't like me at first, and especially when we end up in a weird love triangle with your sister. Yeah, that will be a thing. Now I can't blame you, she is hot. You didn't know better, right? But she claimed that somehow she always knew. Force and all of that stuff, right? So what was that all about then? The point is, I don't get women, nobody does. I still understand them better than you. You can bet you're behind on that, kid. And the experience, that's not even in the same galaxy, kiddo. So let's begin your training.
Training? What training?
Kid, you don't know how lucky you are. Back when I was your age, I was neck deep in debt to a Hutt and making out with a Zeltron who thought monogamy was a Sith conspiracy. No one warned me about dating in the galaxy. No mentor, no ghost, not even a protocol droid with boundary issues. You get me. Point is, I'm here to help you not screw this up. Not just with girls, especially with girls. You're about to leave this dust ball, find out what a Twi'lek smile means, and maybe even fall in love. That's good, that's dangerous, that's where I come in. So sit down, kid. Uncle Owen taught you moisture farming. I'm going to teach you survival. Togruta race. This race is well known to us because of the beloved and celebrated Ashoka, a Jedi hero character. Togruta females are culturally expected to be brave and communal. Wanderlust is not in their nature, but occasionally you may bump into one. The pros are obvious. As most young males will agree, Togruta females are conventionally beautiful and emotionally well-adjusted. If we disregard the tentacle hair thingy, almost as passable as the regular, perhaps a bit weirdly colored, humans, which is great. Now bear in mind that Togrutas are moderately advanced people who value community, have strong tribal pack instincts, and prefer a simple life more in sync with nature. This means she's most likely non-self-reliant in a financial manner, meaning she's broke. Now, living with our relatives on a backwater dump planet, we are hardly in a position of financial abundance ourselves, but it's not an issue of quantity. Nothing wrong with being modest and living within your means. It's actually a virtue. But it's still important for our potential partner to carry her own weight financially. Our aunt's allowance just won't be enough for both of us. Zabrak. Now, if you're not sure who Zabraks are, let me refresh your memory. Yep, it's this lovely fella. Can you imagine how horrid would a female version look? Oh wait, it's not that bad. Let's see more. Although not necessarily physically unattractive, it's their attitude, man. All of them somehow have a vibe of your ex-girlfriend when she told you that everything is fine and that she isn't upset at all. Zabrak live in a warrior culture with emphasis on endurance, combat prowess, and strength, which means little girls are not taught to behave nicely. Aggressiveness is rewarded, tantrums are welcome, emotional immaturity expected. Bursts of hostility and unmeasured responses to even slight provocations are desirable qualities that assure social status, neighborhood respect, and longer life. They usually mean people will give you a wide berth, which is exactly what you want in a lovely landscape of Dathomir slum pits. As you may assume, qualities like these don't bode well with a sedentary family lifestyle. There is an ancient curse of may you live in interesting times, and Zabrak women are very interesting indeed. Nightsisters. Please don't tell me you even consider this. They're goth force witches who live in spooky jungle ruins and talk to spirits. They have rancor for pets. Yes, really. Don't worry, he doesn't bite. These ladies command monsters, resurrect the dead, and curse ex-boyfriends. You may find this eerily alluring, but please, do reconsider. Nightsisters are the very definition of unstable. There is far more than your emotions here that can get hurt. An unstable girlfriend is bad enough, but the unstable, force-sensitive, necromantic witch is whole other level. Besides, look at them. They came right from a horror movie set. Horrible. Wait a minute, who's that? Zoom in, pause. Well, this one doesn't look half as bad, to be honest. Let's see the actor. Yeah. That's what I suspected. That's a good-looking lady right there for sure. Maybe I can change her. Now, you know about Nautolans. Famous Jedi Kit Fisto is, was it? Sorry, kid, time gets confusing when you're out of it. Well, anyway, they are aquatic squiddy people. They are the ones that should be called calamari, if you catch my drift. They're females. Well, a bit alien looking, sure. But if she's down, I'm down, if you know what I mean. Nautolans are peace-loving, moderately advanced aquatic people. They do look a bit odd, but their customs, gender roles, and culture are surprisingly close to our own, which means we get along nicely. And in case you've wondered, yes, we are indeed anatomically compatible, so interfacing down there is no problem, if you know what I mean. And don't ask me how I know, all right? Now, the thing I should warn you about, they have a pheromone-based attraction system, which means they are especially sensitive to chemicals. Chemicals. Get it? But not just death sticks, stims, or alcohol. Vaping scents, aroma, vapors, even speeder fragrance are risky. They do not have these on their home world for a reason. If you score yourself a Nautolan chick, keep her as far away from these as possible. Now, Devaronian people do give up demonic vibes. Their women are devilish, literally. Horns, fangs, and absolute matriarchal dominance. These ladies run their planet, their politics, and their homes. They raise the kids, run the government, and exile their husbands, who are no good and aggressive wanderers that are always in trouble and assuredly pay no alimony or provide emotional support to their stressed out daughters. The result, you've guessed it, daddy issues. How does she treat her kin? If she's constantly mocking her own mother, sabotaging her sisters, or hates men culturally, that's not an exemplary creature to raise a stable family with. People mirror what they see, and family support is important. Building a warm home is twice as hard if you have never even seen one. You know, it's a harsh thing to say, but still true. Now, we all know Twi'leks. We all love Twi'leks. Twi'lek is a ubiquitous hot babe of the Star Wars universe. Whenever Lucas needs a concubine, a dancer, or a hot body to flash on screen, Twi'lek is his number one choice. You could say they are galaxy famous, which is hardly a compliment in this case. Twi'lek girls are traditionally very open and adventurous, which often worked against them. Ryloth has a dark history. Twi'leks women were trafficked, objectified, and turned into dancers and concubines, which is all very sad, but we're not here to rectify world injustice, kid. All we need is an honest woman. So if you meet Twi'lek and it feels you might have a chance, don't lose your head right away, because you might. Snoop around a bit. What's her story? Does she say things like, I'm very open-minded and intimacy is just a form of expression? For Twi'leks, perhaps the best thing would be to snatch one young... Wait, that sounded wrong. Twi'leks are great partners, but with them, like with your land speeder, it's about mileage. Now we're not judging. Some cultures are more open to those things than others, but you know how it is. Moon scientists determined a direct correlation between the number of Twi'lek partners and the long-term relationship stability. Of course, Twi'lek matrons said it was all just lies to keep them subjugated and exert control. Then Moonians say that it was just what the numbers show. Matrons said they were racists. So do as you wish, but be careful, is all I'm saying. Now, we know about Chiss. You know Admiral Alanai. Hot, famous, dangerous. They are blue-skinned, highly advanced people. Cold, elegant, and terrifyingly secretive. Chiss follow the old and established fantasy rule of many worlds. Blue equals hot. Examples are too numerous to list. And they're females. Firstly, let's not kid ourselves, kid. The Chiss woman would look at you like a slightly more evolved form of the womp rat. You have no chance, my brother, so keep dreaming. From the outside, a Chiss woman looks perfect. Blue skin, red eyes, and a mind like a war computer. Here is the issue. If she's here in Mos Eisley Cantina, talking to you and giving you a vibe that you actually have a chance, something, somewhere, went terribly wrong. Chiss families are all about status and strategic alliances. If she was cast out of her ruling house, left Chilla for personal growth, and won't tell you why, assume the worst. Sure, she'll say it was just a run of bad luck, that all her past problems are behind her. But don't buy it. More often than not, she's the cause of her problems, and they might become yours as well, if you're not careful. Now, about humans. We come in all flavors. Humans are great, as is self-evident here, and don't get too excited. These two? Close relatives. Human females can be incredibly attractive, witty, and fearless, and they pose quite the challenge even for experienced men, let alone scruffy nerf herder like you. Now, for all their benefits, you must be wary of the femdemic, a dangerous outbreak of the Femmist virus that spreads through human colonies like wildfire. It attacks mostly females, but some weaker men may also succumb to this dangerous affliction. The virus firstly attacks the brain and disables any form of logical thinking. Victims may become obsessed with something called equal outcomes, or launch into incoherent babbling about things like the wage gap on Mon Cala. Unfortunately, the disease will affect their looks and make them bulky, grow hair in inconvenient places, develop a taste for unflattering makeup, tattoos, and unnatural, striking hair color, which, as in nature, indicates danger. Although curing this ailment is possible, the outcome is in no way certain, and it's usually more hassle than it's worth. Best avoid. So be careful, young Luke Skywalker. Hopefully my Force Ghost wisdom of the countless eons gave you some insight into female nature, because even the wisest and most powerful of Jedi were slightly worried when a woman entered the room. Now you are all set. Go and show them what you're made of. And no worries, I'll be with you all the time, chiming in, giving you tips, pointing out the mistakes, and feeding you lines. There will be a lot of work for both of us, but we will make you a man.
You don't mean all the time?
All the time, kiddo.
Even when,
Especially then. I will cheer you on, give you tips, keep the score, no worries. You'll get used to it in no time. I'll even invite Yoda sometimes. We'll make fun of you. Oh, Yoda? He's a great guy. No worries. You'll meet him soon enough on a planet very far away from here. A lot will happen in the next few months, kid. You can bet you're behind on that.